Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. I am Myra. Why is it that parents behave like telling no to their kids is the worst thing ever? Like if somehow you say no to your child, you are damaging them for life. It's not the worst thing to have happened. And a lot of us, I know it's hard to say no, especially as parents, but a lot of us behave like if we say no to our child, then we are somehow undoing them, that they will somehow be these unadjusted adults later on in life who are unable to function. Like, no is this word that should never be uttered. And the reality of it is, if kids are going to hear no, if your children are going to hear the word no, it is probably best coming from you. Saying no to your child does not make you a bad parent. Saying no to your child does not damage your child. As a matter of fact, you're actually doing your child a favor. You are preparing them. It is much better for them to hear no from you as they are growing than it is for them to hear it from the outside world, from society. The reality is, your children are going to hear no in all forms throughout their lives. It usually comes in the form of, unfortunately, I am unable to, we are unable to, I'm sorry, but. So, no comes in all forms and it will come. What's the matter with them hearing it from you? You are human and you are teaching your children so many skills by telling them no. You are teaching them to build resilience. You are showing them that they are strong and that they are capable, that saying no and hearing no from you is not the end of the world. That saying no might even be a temporary thing, but they are able to handle hearing those words, that it is not a personal judgment call on who they are. You are not tearing them down. You are just saying it is not happening. Which brings me to my second point. It encourages problem solving. It shows children and kids that they are able to resolve a situation around you saying no. It allows them to go into the depths of their mind and figure things out. Saying no is not actually stopping them. In many ways, you are opening them up to creative solutions. It also promotes patience and self control. It shows kids that they can wait for something, that they don't have to rush through things. And a lot of times, that no later on, and I'm sure it's happened in your life, it's definitely happened in mine. We hear no initially and we just think, come on, I want it, I want it. But then later on, we realize that that no was actually a blessing. They'll see that, oh, it was a good idea for me to have waited. It was a good idea for mommy and or daddy to have said no. And it just shows them to relax a little bit. It also clarifies boundaries. It helps kids to know what your limits are. It also shows them that you are human. I think our children really get used to the fact that they believe or they are the center of our universe. And so they can do no wrong. And that's our fault. That is what we show them. And rightfully so, kids should feel safe, especially with their parents. They should feel wanted. They should feel special. Unfortunately, what happens is, in our attempts to demonstrate all of that to them, boundaries get blurred, and kids now don't know their limits because they're so used to having us give in to them, say yes, accommodate them. So that time when you say no, it clarifies your boundaries. It helps them to know what your limits are, which is very important because when they go out into the real world, other people are going to definitely let them know what their limits are. So better that they learn it from home, and who better to learn it from than parents, the ones who love them. Saying no strengthens respect. It strengthens your children's respect of you. And it teaches them that you mean what you say, especially if you're true to your word. You don't go back, you're not wishy washy. And I know there are times when I've had to say no to my kids and it hurt. It really, really hurt. But I had to stick to my word because if I went back and forth, if I was flipsy and flopsying, they would not learn to take me seriously and they wouldn't have trust in my word. It definitely helps to build respect and it helps them to trust what you are saying. It also shows them that you mean what you say. It teaches empathy and helps to minimize entitlement. I believe that's one of the main grievances a lot of us have with young people today. It's this feeling of entitlement. They show up in all different kinds of spaces expecting accommodation, that everybody should bow to their wants and their needs. And that's not the way life works. And when you have the pleasure of saying no to your children, you are teaching them that even though, yes, you love them, they are not the center of the world, and that they should actually learn to take other people's feelings into account, that they should actually take the time to see and hear and make space for other people, that it's not all about them. Saying no encourages independence. It allows your kids to prep themselves for the real world. Like I said earlier, it encourages problem solving. But independence in that if you say no, then they'll figure it out. They will do it on their own. And there's a certain pride in doing things on your own and figuring it out on your own. This is not about hardship and depriving your child and intentionally making life difficult for them. But this is just an opportunity for them to realize that, I don't necessarily need mommy and daddy, that I'm okay with figuring it out on my own and getting the problem resolved on my own. Saying no prepares them for the real world. Not everybody is going to say yes. And I've said it earlier that they will hear no in many different forms. And so it teaches them that when they get out into the real world, people are not going to hesitate to state their boundaries, to let them know that no, they're uncomfortable with this or this cannot happen. And that when they do hear it, it's not a judgment call on them, that it's not something to be internalized and taken so personally that, oh, now it's a what do I want to say? It's who they are. That's not what it is. It just saying no is okay. To hear no is okay. It's not a personal attack. Finally, saying no supports healthy decision making. It helps your kids to really decide what is important. Unfortunately, the problem is that when we're constantly as parents saying yes, our kids don't learn the ability to decide what is truly and inherently important to them. Because everything is a given, they don't really know what really means more to them. Saying no helps them in being able to make decisions that are really, really important to them on issues that mean something to them. And this helps later on in life because then they will get a chance to really know what to stand up for and what to let go, what to advocate for and what they can let slide. As parents, our ability to say no helps with that. I know it can be hard. It's we want to say yes to our kids all day, every day. They're cute and we love them. We don't want to see them hurt. We don't want to see them damaged or traumatized. And the last thing we want is to think if that was to happen, that we were the cause of it. And so we tend to giving too much, giving in too much. And this is damaging our children. Saying no is not the end of the world. How many times has somebody said no to you? You're still here. You're still functioning. You're probably stronger because of it. Saying no to your kids is not the end of their world. You are not undoing them. You are not hurting them. You might actually be saving them. You very much are preparing them. It's okay to say no every once in a while, especially if you mean it. You're not alone. There's a whole village of us saying no to our kids. And yeah, I'm just going to leave you with let your no's be no's and your yeses be yeses. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, tap that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.